I kind of hate to admit it, but for the most part, social media for me began with Facebook, and because it was so interactive, you get a lot of comments to come back, and it was enjoyable, and we had many, many arguments and debates on these Facebook posts back in the day. And now they still get some Facebook people on football. But strangely, I don't seem to get any kind of feedback when I go to YouTube to talk about football. It seems like I'm talking to the wall. I talk about Georgia football, just like everybody else that talks about Georgia football, and I point out what I see. And that's fine. YouTube's just not that great of an outlet for someone to just get a conversation going. It's just a little different thing. But honestly, I get involved in Facebook posts, and that's why I make these videos, these ideas. All these people share with me, and I feel like I need to clarify something or whatever. But these people give me the idea. We have lots of interactions. It's a shame that Facebook doesn't have a video platform that we could have these debates like I intended, and that's why I bother hitting record, not to hear myself talk or have a podcast. Who cares about that? There's plenty of those already. But I do like to talk football, and I don't mind getting into a good old argument as long as you accede or admit when a point was made. Pretty hard to do for a football fan. I mean, you sometimes have to tell a guy 20 times something that should be obvious, but that's fine. It's part of the fun of it. But as long as you play fair, you can have a lot of fun debating football. But we don't seem to get much of that here. Nobody really even watches the videos. I don't know how many of them get. The impressions aren't very large. So it is what it is. But we're not getting what we wanted out of this. But I still make the videos for the reference. And I made about 600 videos. In the last year and a half, I've made over 200 videos that directly condemned Mike Bobo vehemently, and no one liked it at all. But I had to tell it. Now I see that a lot of people are starting to see that. Like I said, you got to tell people 20 times sometimes. Got to tell people 20 times sometimes. But as long as they finally hear it, that's fine. And the
No.
gist of what I've been hearing
No.
on thousands or hundreds
No.
of Facebook comments I've read
No.
through. I mean, I spend half my day clearing the notifications. If I could get a tenth of that kind of feedback from
No.
YouTube, I would consider it worth the 20 cents it took to use the Wi-Fi. But I digress. This is being recorded as a rant. If you don't like rants, then don't listen. But my rants are always well informed. I don't just rant on emotion. But this is before the Tennessee game. I don't know how it's going to go because Georgia could just score 50 or they could score 10. And to me, I don't like that dynamic. Like, what are we going to do today? Are we going to get 50 or 10? Flip a coin. And you shouldn't be that way. You shouldn't have the best talent and wonder what's going to happen most of the time. They got to fix that, or I know they won't stay at that high perch if they don't deliver, and you simply will never deliver when you plan not to, and that seems to be the case with Georgia, is they're planning not to score, planning not to be a dynamic team. Well, they still want to recruit them, they just don't want to use them.